Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
In Boston this afternoon, they celebrated the 100th birthday of Fenway Park. We're in our 8th season at beautiful Petco Park. And on this Friday night, Game 2 of a 4-game series between the Philadelphia Phillies and the San Diego Padres. A gray, cool evening that marine layer is in. The ball isn't going to carry too far tonight. Welcome, everyone, with Mark Grant, Dick Enberg. The Padres trying to stop a winning streak. The Phils have come in here as if they own this territory. 12 straight wins for Philadelphia.
You think these Phillies, when they fly on that charter and land at Lindbergh, they're itching to go. The numbers prove that they're a good ball club, and hopefully the Padres can stop them tonight.
And on the mound will be Edinson Volquez. He's 2-0 lifetime against the Philadelphia Phils. He needs to shut him out early.
He needs to come out firing to that bullpen. When he toes that slab for the first inning, come out firing about 95 miles an hour. None of this easing into 90, 91, and then getting up there. Show the fastball and cut down on the walks. My philosophy is this: if you can throw the ball 95 miles an hour, challenge these hitters, go right after them. If they get 2 hits in a row, so what? I have confidence in Volquez, along with that fastball and the changeup. He's got the curveball as well, that he should be successful.
And Cole Hamels, also 28 years of age, from Rancho Bernardo. He has owned the Padres.
The one key pitch for Cole Hamels that's really made him successful the last couple of years is that cutter. Right-handers in the lineup, be aware of that cutter inside, because if Cole Hamels is on with that certain pitch, you will see and you will hear a lot of broken bats tonight at Petco Park.
How tough is Hamels on the Padres? His ERA 1.23, and the batting average against him 179. The key again, the Phils scored first in the first inning, won last night. The Padres have to get that early lead. They're 1-9 when the opposition scores first. Well, listen to that sound. The sound of base hits. Let's hope it continues tonight. And we're set to go at Petco Park as the Padres, led by Volquez, take the field tonight. And looking for a victory. It's firefighter night, and they got the fire axes and the high-powered hoses out. Try to wash Charlie Manuel's winning streak here at Petco down the drain. 12 in a row won by the Phils. Pierre, Polanco, and Rollins to face Volquez in the first inning. Hunter Pence bats cleanup, then Victorino. Kai Wigginton in the lineup. He has had very good success against Volquez. Young Galvis at second, and Brian Schneider gets a turn behind the plate. Cole Hamels on the mound. Volquez ready to go, the 28-year-old from the Dominican Republic, and the first pitch of the game is down low, ball one. Juan Pierre last night, a walk and 2 hits, a single and a triple to lead the offensive attack. They had only a total of 6 hits, the Phils, in winning 2-0. Pierre, Juan, named after Juan Marichal, and he connects with a man in center field for the Padres, Cameron Maben. They go back to their days in Asheville, North Carolina, with the minor league team there. Up the middle, high chopper to Hudson, 1 away. We'll get to the Maben Juan Pierre connection later in the game. Here's the defense. Guzman in left, Maben in center, Denorfia in right for the Padres. Headley at one corner, Alonso at first. Up the middle, Andy Perino and Hudson, the double play combination with Nick Hundley back in the lineup tonight, handling the offerings of Volquez. Plate umpire is Dan Bellino with Lane Davidson and Wendelstadt on the bases. Placido Polanco batting 186. Ball one. Against San Diego, however, last year was 5-4-11, a tough out. 300 hitter on the season for the Phils last year, 301. Breaking ball in there, curveball.
Don't forget about the curveball of Edinson Volquez. Remember, we talked about the changeup in spring training, but he also sported a nice number 2 as well. That was a good one there.
Ground ball up the middle, and Hudson able to smother it. Can he throw him out? No. Just couldn't get back to his feet. It would have been a miracle play for him, but a great stop by Hudson, skidding on the grass, and Polanco has a base hit.
Right out of the chute, Volquez getting 2 ground balls. Good effort by Orlando. Great effort. And once again, Volquez pounding the zone. Good fastballs. That last fastball was at 93. A couple of ground balls. That's a good way to start the game. Hey, they're going to find the hole once in a while, right?
Right. Throw them another ground ball, get the double play, and go into the dugout, let your team hit. Rollins, switch hitter, 269 is average. Stronger from the right side than the left side in the early going. But here's a well-driven ball to deep right field. Back goes Denorfia and makes the catch, going into the wall. Scampering back to first is Polanco, and Jimmy Rollins is going to go back to the dugout and say, whoa, the ball doesn't carry very well here.
Jimmy Rollins just got Petco'd. Tell you what, I thought that ball had a chance of rifling off the auxiliary scoreboard in right field, but Denorfia gives chase, squeezes it for his pitcher, and the Padres, big second out. That might be his best bolt tonight right there. It sounded like it was a rocket off that bat.
Very heavy marine layer hovering over Petco tonight. Hunter Pence, a 327 average, best of the Phils, hitting cleanup, leads in home runs and RBIs. And the breaking ball had him backing away. Volquez showing early. He's got a good snapping curveball. In there. Another curve.
Back to back. And making an adjustment nicely. The first one was way up and in, and that one out on the outside corner. So that shows that Volquez made a nice adjustment on that pitch.
Pence, a 28-year-old Texan from Arlington, went to college there. He rips that one deep, but foul. Oh, he hammered that home run distance.
This was the changeup, but look at the location on it. On contact, that's belt buckle high, and he takes a little bit off the changeup, right? It's a slower pitch, so Pence catches it way out in front. He's got to get that pitch down, maybe take a little bit off.
A ball, 2 strikes. Polanco at first, 2 outs. If Pence keeps it alive, Shane Victorino would be next.
If Volquez can get out of this first inning with just throwing 11 or 12 pitches, that's a good first inning. He's at 10 right now.
Fastball away, 95 miles an hour.
There's that heater we were talking about. 95 in the first inning. That's a good sign.
Opening day, he got through the order against the Dodgers without a run scored, but the last 2 outings, 2 runs scored Arizona and 2 more against the Dodgers. So you start in the hole and tough to dig your way out. So trying to get out of this first inning with a 0 on the board. There's the example.
Wow.
Changeup misses, and the count goes full, which will give Polanco an early start. That was Buddy Black signaling there. Finger pointed down.
Get it down. Keep it down. Don't hang something here. 3-2.
Pence choking up on the bat. 3-2. There goes Polanco. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. A changeup has Pence out in front, and Volquez has gone through this first inning and blanked the Bills. Coming up, it'll be Denorfia, Maben, and Headley for the Padres. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by AT&T, the largest 4G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Petco, where the healthy pets go. And a gray night here in San Diego, and hopefully for Bud Black and the Padres, it'll shine brightly. This is the lineup to try to get the job done. Denorfia, Maben, and Headley, with Guzman hitting cleanup. Hundley back in the lineup. Yonder Alonso bats 6th, and young Perino at shortstop, giving Bartlett a night off. Hudson, and then the pitcher, Volquez. Denorfia elevated to the leadoff position. Has the best batting average of anyone in the lineup tonight, .346. 1-1 from the 28-year-old left-hander, born in San Diego, Cole Hamels. There's his numbers on the season. Ordinary compared to what he has lifetime against the Padres. Denorfia checks, and it's 2-1. Hamels here at Petco is 3-1 with a 1.23 ERA. If you look at Denorfia's numbers, and overall against San Diego, 6-2.
That's in there. Change up. And the story is that in his career against the Padres, they've hit for an average of 179 against this talented left-hander who is in his last year Philadelphia contract. He'll be a free agent in the offseason. You think he might make a few coin?
Absolutely.
Strikes him out. Takes the changeup, and Denorfia swung at ball 4.
The cutter, the fastball, the curveball, and how about a changeup? The pitch that's really made Cole Hamels into even a better pitcher is that cut fastball, and hitters have that in the back of their mind. So that just goes to prove also that he will throw that pitch at any time.
Maben's had reasonable success against Hamels. He's 6 for 19 with 3 doubles. Best of anyone in the lineup tonight against the lefty. Lifts it, foul, high and out of play down the right field side. We're talking about Juan Pierre and Maben and the connection. Hands out on the Diamond View Towers, looking on. That's a strike. When Maben was just a youngster, little league age, he won the job as the bat boy for the Asheville Tourists minor league team in Asheville. Chopped up the first base side. That could be trouble. Hamels has to hurry and throws around Maben for the out. And while Maben was the bat boy, Pierre was one of the players, and he kind of took Maben under his wing and helped him to learn some of the subtleties of this great game.
Cole Hamels has to throw a dart to first base. It looked like Cameron Maben was running on the chalk line. See the running lane there? There's the running lane right there. He's got to stay in that running lane, because if he's in fair territory, the ball hits him, the umpire can bang him, he's out. But Hamels makes a nice throw.
Well, Maben now continues in his mini slump. Ground ball, base hit to center field for Headley. He continues to be the Padres' hottest hitter. A 2-out single, and that'll bring up left fielder Jesus Guzman. Headley leading the Padres in almost every offensive category, including hits, home runs, RBIs, walks, runs scored.
Well, Chase had to get his hands out in front to enable that ball to go up the center of the diamond. Usually when you see hitters do that, they try to pull the baseball. Chase going right up the gut.
Fastball on the outside corner. Guzman 8 for 44 on the season, half dozen RBIs. One and one.
There's that cut fastball into the right-handed hitters. And heads up, Placido Polanco, right-handed hitter. If Hamels is on with that cutter, he'll be getting a lot of ground balls down there at third base.
That ball hit into left center field. Victorino has to play it on a hop. And the Padres have back-to-back singles from Headley and Guzman with 2 outs here in the first.
Well, in our pregame show, Mark Sweeney, who does a fine job with analyst work, he mentioned some things, some keys. Yeah, make him elevate pitches. That was a high changeup, according to Hamels, up around the knees. That's high, according to him. And he hit it in the center field. And be aggressive. If you get that high fastball early in the count, go to hacking. Come out of your shoes. Show them that you mean business. Right?
Absolutely. Headley and Guzman aboard now for Nick Hundley, returning to the lineup after a night off last night. Hundley snapping out of that 0-for-1 start and is 7 for the last 15. John Baker, part of our pregame show on Padres Live. Terrific job. 2-0 to Hundley. Went through a whole tutorial session on how to block the balls in the dirt. It's outstanding. That should have been on tape. You could
that's good
send
stuff.
That around to Little Leagues. Huh?
Yeah, that's good stuff. And we thank John Baker for doing that. Time to cash in right here, Nick Hundley. Come through big time.
2-0. What's he get? A changeup.
He's throwing a changeup 2-0.
That's why you're a perennial all-star. All the pitches he has confidence to throw behind on the count. 2-1 now. 2 on, 2 out for the Padres here in the first.
And then he counters with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. And it looked like a pretty good pitch. Nick was aggressive on it. Okay, changeup. Now you see a 92-mile-an-hour heater down the middle. Tough to catch up to. Because Schneider was set up away. That ball leaked over the heart of the plate. I think that may be the last straight fastball Nick Hundley sees in this at bat.
Pops him up back of the plate, but it'll clear the screen and into the lower tier.
And that was a cut fastball on the inner part of the plate, not the straight fastball. And you can see it can get into the hands of the right-handed hitter. When pitchers run into trouble with the cutter, they try to make it too big of a break. It just needs to be a little, maybe 8-inch break, 8 to 10-inch break.
Another foul. Let's check the Phillies defense while we have a moment. In the outfield, Pierre, Victorino, and Pence left to right. On the infield, Polanco and Rollins on the left side, Galvis and Wigginton on the right. Ryan Schneider handling Hamels. 2-2 with 2 outs and 2 on. Deuces are wild here in the first. Chop to third. Polanco got to hurry and gets him by a stride. Padres get a couple of base hits of Hamels, but no score going to the second. Vacation highlight of the game, and the K is for this strikeout for Volquez on Hunter Pence.
We always pitchers keeping the pitches down. That is actually a high changeup, high enough so Pence cannot get the top hand on it. Takes a little bit off. You see right here how far in front he is, and kind of a herky-jerky swing. So sing a song of sixpence and head back to the dugout.
What is that song of sixpence? Will you warble that for us a little later on in the show?
I can recite that for you in a little bit.
No, I want you to sing this song. Here's Victorino leading off and takes ball one. Former Eagle scout from the Hawaiian Islands. Just a really good man to have in that lineup, no matter where you hit him. He's hitting lower in the lineup because of the injuries to the big guys. Ryan Howard, he won't be back to the All-Star break with that Achilles tear late last season, and Chase Utley with a knee injury. He's probably a month or so away. He's rehabbing down in Arizona, trying to build up the strength in that knee. Chop foul. Victorino, in the normal complement of players for Charlie Manuel, hits, could hit lead off or second. Now he's down number 5 just to back up Hunter Pence.
Catcher Brian Schneider going over some hitting tips with Lance Nix.
2 balls and a strike. 93 miles an hour. A lot of movement on that pitch. Rode inside. Wigginton and then Galvis.
Sometimes, take a look at Jim Thome, big left-handed home run hitter for the Fighting Phils. Good pitch. Volquez can get a little herky-jerky with the delivery as well, and if he smooths out those moving parts, the arm will be free and easy, and he will throw good strikes.
Full count. And way out of the strike zone, and the leadoff man has walked, and that often dooms an inning.
He gets over the rubber, he stays over the rubber nicely, and then he starts to explode towards home plate, and out of the glove there, and then right a little bit there, he can get herky-jerky a little bit. That last pitch was a changeup, and he really jerked it down and away. Now he'll have to be working out of the stretch once again.
Ty Wigginton, there's his average. 1 home run against Volquez. Lifetime, he's 3 for 6, a double and 2 home runs. That's why he's in there. Victorino bluffs and a strike call.
Ty Wigginton, the pride and joy of Chula Vista High School. So we've got North County representing Cole Hamels, and we've got the South Bay representing with Ty.
Any surprise that this area produces so many big league players?
No surprise to me.
Going back to Ted Williams.
Yes.
That crew. The old Padres. Williams, by the way, this was his debut as a big leaguer at 20 for Boston on this day. 1939. There goes the runner Victorino, and it's popped out of play.
He had a good jump, so thank goodness that that ball was fouled out of play. Good jump. Kind of a high leg kick as well, allowing Victorino to maybe get a step or a step and a half more towards second base.
In just 13 games, he has 6 stolen bases. Phillies up there behind Miami. They're doing what the Padres did the last couple of years. He went around. Strike 3 on a curveball. Second strikeout for Volquez.
Bad swing by Wigginton. Wanted to hold up, and great downward action on that curveball. It's exactly where he wants to place that pitch. Look from that last camera vantage point, that ended up towards the back foot in the dirt around home plate. So nicely placed by Volquez.
1 out, and Freddie Galvis, the second baseman, switch hitting infielder, hitting just .207 from the left side. Pitch out by Hundley, but Victorino was not going. Galvis, just 22, the youngest player on the roster for the Phils. Of course, he's in there because Chase Utley is not.
Those are big shoes to fill, aren't they?
Yes.
And I'm not saying Utley wears a size 13, just for all the offense and defense that he provides for the Phils.
Charlie Manuel's team comes into the game tonight 6-7.
Charlie can work that Chicle, can he?
Yeah.
He's always got that bubble gum working.
Good man.
Yes, he is.
50 years in the game. He bluffs again, and Galvis swings through. A fastball at 93, 2-1. Charlie Manuel was kind of a Babe Ruth of Japanese baseball. He went over there and he was just a home run hero. He was just an ordinary outfielder with the Minnesota Twins for a few years and then went to Japan. He put up some big numbers in home runs. 189 homers in 6 seasons. Chopped in front of the plate, so that my math is correct. It's about an average of 33 a season.
Yeah. Played for the Colt Swallows and the Kintetsu Buffaloes from 1976 to 81.
Do you ever think about playing over there?
Oh, I would. At the end of my career, yes, I would have very much taken the opportunity if given the chance. They wanted pitchers who were good, though.
Full count now on Galvis. Yeah, that's the way it is, isn't it? I mean, in terms of international relations, couldn't they be a little more gracious than that? I mean, that's what they're known for.
Right.
It's not equal opportunity, you're telling me, baseball. Victorino figures to be going on this pitch. 3-2, 1 out.
Oh, he's going.
Ball 4, so it doesn't matter. Victorino was in there. The throw through to second base. Fans didn't realize that the walk to Galvis preceded the throw. So 2 on walks, and that's what you hope Volquez doesn't do. Well, more tomorrow. Padres and Phils, 5:35, folks, for the game, and the first 25,000 of you will get that Padres ball cap presented by Fox Sports San Diego. Don't wait. Why don't you buy your tickets tonight and save at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. Lots of San Diego ball caps in the audience tonight. First pitch is way out of the strike zone to Brian Schneider. He's only been up 6 times here this season. 0 for 6. Victorino and Galvis with walks. 1 out. That's a strike.
Well, that last fastball was at 92 miles an hour. I mentioned it earlier. We're coming out of the gate at 95, and there you see the difference in velocity. Fastball at 95, probably the curveball at 78. Could have been a changeup as well. He's got to cut down on the walks, though. 14 walks in 18 plus innings for the right-hander.
Infield set for 2.
Working underneath it a little bit. Maybe the change up. That's why it kind of leaks up and away. You can see the frustration of Volquez. He's still shaking his head out there. Sometimes a pitcher, rather than staying up on top of the changeup, will kind of work underneath it a little bit. And that release point is not on target. And hence, deep counts. Falling behind and having to resort to the fastball.
Reno ducking in behind the runner Victorino, who was dancing off to a big lead. And with 1 out, you got to beware of the fact that he could try to steal third. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes to Schneider. Line drive, 1 hop to Hudson. There's 1. Back to first. Double play. 4-6-3. Hudson to Perino to Alonso. And the Phillies are gone. Oh, I love the double play. Enjoy a cold one. Look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Yo, bartender, Joe Boo needs a refill. Hey, let's go to the game tonight, guys. And let's paint our faces like cats. Okay, what do you think? Okay, I'm in. Let's go. He's from Kathmandu.
And Andrew Lloyd Webber. Maybe he's on his way to the second act of Webber's great musical Cats. First ball hunting as Alonso lifts it high to left field, where Pierre will put the squeeze on it for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out for Hamels here in the second.
Well, Yonder really loves that first pitch. There was a game, I forgot what series it was, but the first 3 at-bats, he offered at the first pitch each and every time.
If you were going to paint yourself up as a creature, animal, you have a favorite?
It's got to be a lion, king of the forest. I mean, come on.
Oh, okay.
What would you do?
Let me think about it. My favorite, when I went to Africa, I had a chance to go to Kenya and see that incredible wildlife. It won't be there forever, folks. If you get a chance and take your children, and I mean, it's just so remarkable. You barely land and you're seeing elephants and zebras, and the animal I fell in love with was a giraffe.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, the way they could camouflage that huge body and long neck, and there'd be like 2 trees in the whole land, and you couldn't see the giraffe. How it's so well camouflaged, and then to watch them run, it's like they're different parts. It's like they're made by 6 different automakers.
Line drive base hit past third, sharply struck by Andy Perino, and he's on his way to second. Will take a turn and hold right there. So the kid Perino continues to impress. Ran like a giraffe around first there.
And I think I heard a snap shillelagh. Hamels may have gotten inside to Perino, but he counters, keeping it in between Polanco and the bag. So good for Andy Perino. Looked like maybe a cut fastball. And he stands on second base with a double.
See if the Padres can bring him home. Hudson and Volquez with a chance now. 1 out. Third hit off Hamels. Perino came in batting .300. Solid double. Hudson trying to go to right field. That's the play right here, don't you think? Try to go the opposite field. Be patient. The O-Dog with 3 RBIs. Outfield plays him almost straight up. Pence is in a couple of steps in right field, so a base hit to right. If it's hit sharply, it'd be tough for Perino to score. But that also opens up a gap in right center with Pence playing in. And he misses away. 3-1. A changeup. Giants are in New York against the Mets. They led 3-2. The Mets scored to tie in the 9th, and the Giants had come back top of the 10th with a 4-3 lead. 3-2.
When you throw that slop up there like Hamels, right, the changeup, the curveball, that's a sneaky fast fastball at 93. That'll get up on you quickly now.
Ball 4, misses low. First walk from Hamels. He doesn't walk many. In fact, this year in 2 outings he struck out 19 and walked 1. That's his 2nd walk of the season. Well, this season on Fox Sports, proud to support Boys and Girls Clubs of America, a place where youth can reach their full potential. Productive, caring, responsible citizens. To learn more, please visit greatfutures.org/Fox Sports. So with the walk to Hudson, Volquez up there to try to bunt the runners along. And the bunt and the throw to third is in time. Ball rolled only a couple of feet in front of home plate, and Schneider pounced on it and able to rifle the throw up the line and get Perino on the force.
not hit hard enough out towards the grass. And when that ball is hit, did you see Polanco at third base? He darted right back to the bag, knowing that the only thing he needs to do is become a first baseman because it's a force play, right? No tag needed. So a lot of communication there, and Schneider making the right throw, getting that lead runner.
So the Padres had 2 on with 2 out in the first, and Hundley grounded out.
Oh, balk.
And that'll move the runners into scoring position. Thank you. Hudson goes to third. Volquez the second on the balk. Ooh, and that one hit Denorfia in the hand. And the bases are loaded. So for a pitcher with excellent control, par excellence, he has walked a batter and hit one here in the second inning. So here's a chance. The Padres with the bases loaded to get to Hamels early.
Yeah, that hurts. Not a lot of padding there. And, you know, we've talked about ways to get to Cole Hamels. One is, right, go after the elevated fastball, try to be aggressive. But another way to get to him is, like a lot of pitchers, he could be his own worst enemy. You get a burr underneath that saddle, get ticked off a little bit. That could kind of work against him at times.
Cameron Maben.
He's a competitor.
Comes up to the plate with a chance to give the Padres some runs here. Bases loaded, 2 out. He tapped out a roller up the first baseline. Hamels threw him out. First time. Bunting with the bases loaded.
Wow.
He's in a slump. But, you know, you're in there now to swing the bat and try to get something big.
No, I don't understand that.
Too many ways to be thrown out on a bunt. One of them is just for the pitcher to field and throw right back to the catcher for the force out.
No, he can run it to home plate, right?
Yeah.
If he fields it.
High, 1-1. Well, that may just be a reflection of the fact that he's struggling with the bat. Off the head of the bat, 1-2. Changeup.
Way out in front of that changeup. He actually cued that ball. Probably ripped up that baseball as Yonder Alonso. See how look at that. He was holding that baseball by a piece of leather because it was cued off the bat of Cameron Maben.
Maben with just 1 hit in the last 22 tries. Breakout right here. 2-2. Hudson, Volquez, and Denorfia aboard, and the 2-2 pitch. Another foul. Barely getting a piece of that changeup. Still alive.
I don't think he's thrown him a 4-seam fastball yet, right? At 93. This might be one of those situations where he tries to lock him up and freeze him with a fastball. He's got him out on that front foot. Changeup. Cutter down in the dirt. There it is.
Off the fist and just out of play. It was not hit high enough for first baseman Wigginton to even come over and make a play.
Hands through that. His hands were like near his belt buckle, trying to get those hands through quickly. Now he's got him set up for the changeup down and away.
Another ball. This one with a broken bat is fouled away.
That bat snapped a long way in half. He hit that changeup right on. Those bats are cupped at the end, right? It's kind of like wood scooped out at the end. Literally cued and sliced in half the long way.
Swizzled.
Hey, didn't Jimmy Reese use a bat that was cut in half like that? Hit Fungos?
Yeah, cut it directly in half.
And then he taped it.
And he would bat with with a half a bat. That's how he'd hit Fungos to the outfielder.
Right.
So he'd run the pitchers.
Right.
He's the greatest.
course, Jimmy Reese was a coach with the Angels for many, many years.
Roommate of Babe Ruth back in the Yankee days.
He rode with his suitcase, he said,
that's what he said. He didn't see a lot of the Babe. Well, there's been some of the softest foul balls here from Maben.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll square one up here. No. Down he goes swinging again. Bases are left loaded. We've completed 2. No score.
Scoreless right now in the 3rd inning on Fox Sports San Diego. This is the 22nd annual night that the Padres have honored the firefighters here in San Diego. I'm joined by Jim Flores, CEO of the Burn Institute. And Jim, what exactly does the Burn Institute do to help fire victims?
Well, we're a local nonprofit. We do a lot of fire and burn prevention, plus we help burn survivors in their most critical time of need, plus our Camp Beyond the Scars for young burn survivors.
How important is it for firefighters to not just help victims after the fire, but to continue to help them and the effects that come after that?
Well, nobody appreciates what we do more than firefighters, and even at burn camp, most of our counselors are off-duty firefighters. But a lot of times, those firefighters are the ones who are pulling these kids out of these horrific situations.
We have a double here to lead off. We're in the Phillies section. They're pretty excited, unfortunately, for Padres fans. So we'll send it back up to Dick Enberg. But, Jim, thank you so much.
I want to give my best to Mark Grant, good friend of ours.
We appreciate it. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, they do an excellent job, don't they? And full credit to our firefighters, especially here in difficult times when we have those firestorms with the Santa Ana as well. How about that blast by Cole Hamels off the center field fence? Just missed a home run. He was 2 for 3 in the game here last year. They should know that he can swing the bat. Well, the Phils, after watching the Padres leave 5 men on base the first 2 innings, now they have a leadoff man at second base, and to the top of the order, Juan Pierre. Grounded to second his first time. Pierre likes to bunt. We told you last night he bunted for 19 base hits last year to lead the American League, and led the big leagues in infield hits with 46.
I noticed that Juan Pierre's foot was out of the box when he attempted to bunt that ball, eventually going foul. You see a lot of that. Once again, see his foot was actually out of the box behind home plate. So if he hits a ball in fair territory, the umpire can bang him and call him out. I just wish somebody would take charge and call that more often.
Tough one to call.
I think the second base umpire has the best view on that.
2-1, and there's the bunt, a good one. And what in the world? No, he's out.
He's out of the batter's box. He must have heard you, Mark Grant. He's called him out. The ball hit Pierre as he left the batter's box. And the runner, Hamels, will have to return to second base. Here comes Charlie Manuel to offer his view of it.
Watch his foot right there. See that?
The ball did not hit him. That's exactly what you were saying, that he's stepping out of the batter's box into that neutral zone between the two hitters' boxes.
Both feet have to be in the box upon contact with the ball hitting the bat. If the ball is hit in fair territory and one foot is out of the box, you are out. And that's exactly what Dan, look at right here. Watch that foot. It's going to come right there. Out of the box, fair ball. Guess what? You're out of here.
The arrow. He got the arrow, Pierre did.
Hey, you know, credit Dan Bellino. Taking charge. That's a legitimate rule. We don't see it too often, but that was a great call by the home plate umpire. Mark Sweeney, have you ever seen anything like that? Have you seen that call?
Well, you don't usually see that call. Dick is right, but with the foul ball before that, obviously he must have taken a peek down, seen that foot, and when he laid the bunt down, he made the call.
Polanco up, took a curveball strike, and he's jammed here. Might be a play for Alonso into foul territory. 2 away, and Hamels still at second. The throw back across, cut off by shortstop Perino, and Jimmy Rollins will be the hitter.
So on that play, Pierre, the assist goes to the closest player involved, so there'll be 2 unassisted.
Exactly. To you.
To you too, my friend.
Oh. That would be like if we couldn't have fun, huh?
I have fun every day coming to the ball yard. Sitting next to you, talking about zebras and giraffes.
How do we get into that? It's that cat guy out there. No?
Yeah.
Rollins hit the ball a ton to right field, and DeNorfia able to track it down on the warning path in the first inning. Thanks a lot, fella. Come back tomorrow as a zebra.
Got to work down now. 2 pitches, 2 changeups, up and out of the zone.
Hunter Pence on deck, 2 outs, and Hamels just missing a home run off that center field fence. Still at second. Coming back home to San Diego, and so far shutting out the Padres and delivering a big base hit. Fastball tails way outside. He hasn't come close to throwing a strike in this sequence.
No worse feeling when you're out there on the mound and you're trying to find the right mechanics, the right arm slot, the right hand position to consistently pound the zone. Has not been the case for Edinson.
He was swinging 3-0 last night, but that's ball 4. So 4 pitches, and almost as if Volquez was pitching around Rollins. Yeah. Third walk from the Padre right-hander brings up Hunter Pence.
It could be, but the pitch count continues to escalate. Now 44 pitches for Volquez. Well, he's got a weird practice swing, doesn't he, Hunter Pence?
No, he's unorthodox, to be certain. He's just fun to watch, as we said last night. Look how much. Here's a cleanup hitter with a lot of power. How much he gives up on the bat. He chokes like a leadoff man. And he lines this one right to Hudson. Oh my, almost took the big O-dog right out to center fielder Maven as he staggers with a catch. So the Padres fortunate there as Volquez with the atom ball. No runs, a leadoff double by Hamels, but he's left at second.
100th birthday party at Fenway today. And some of the greats from yesteryear coming back. Jerry Remy, Carlton Fisk, right-hander Martinez, Nomar, former skipper Johnny Pesky. Padres and Phil scoreless, and Headley with a single the first time leads it off. Chances for San Diego in both the first and second inning, leaving 2 on in the opening frame and the bases loaded in the second. 1-1. Fouled out of play. Every time I see Fenway, I think about what I always considered the best, not only baseball day, but the best day that included baseball was going to Fenway Park when they had day games on Saturday. So that the game would be over maybe 5 o'clock. And it's walking distance to Boston Symphony Hall, and you could watch Arthur Fiedler and the Boston Pops. You could see a great ball game, Arthur Fiedler and the Boston Pops, all in one day. How great is that?
How far of a walk is that?
Well, it's maybe a mile, a little
nice
long
leisurely walk. Yeah.
Stretch your legs. 2-2 now to Headley.
No foul balls though at the.
We could do.
Right?
Yeah, we could do that. no foul notes either. But you could do that here in San Diego.
Sure.
Off the fist to second base and able to make the play is Galvis. Good job by the youngster. Wasn't hit that hard, but it had a lot of spin. We're walking distance to our own Symphony Hall here from the ballpark. But got to have more day games.
I would love that, and Chase Headley would love that ball to scoot into right field for a base knock. It looks like that ball may have hit the lip, so it comes up a little bit for Galvis, and he makes a fine athletic play getting to his feet.
One out to Guzman, who singled to left his first time. And he drives this one to right center. Pence is racing into the gap. Can he get there? Oh my, makes the catch and takes an extra base hit away from Guzman. He's a player. Not as smooth with the bat or the glove, but
he took his eye off that at the last second. Did you see that?
Looks like his glove actually obscured his vision of the ball. How did he catch that?
From his vantage point, I don't know. Was it the bank of lights that's high above, in between third and home that kind of blinded him a little bit?
Mark Sweeney, what do you think?
Yeah, Dick and Mark, it looked like he just broke and put his head down. That's what outfielders do to gain more ground. And he put his head down. He took his head back up, and you guys saw the final part of that. He's just trying to search for that ball. When you want to try to get many steps as you can, you put your head down at first and run to a spot.
This ball almost pops out of his glove.
I think part of it was that in sprinting to get to that spot, because of the heavy air, the ball didn't go quite as far as he thought. Kind of had to angle back and get that glove out there. On the outside corner, 2-1 to Hundley, who grounded to third his first time. There's the changeup.
Changeup at 84. Fastball at 93-ish. And good movement on that changeup as well. Down and away to the right-handed hitters. Kind of a harder changeup for Cole Hamels.
High fly, and this one's an easy chance for Pence and Wright. He gloves it, and the Padres are out in order. A couple of interesting plays by the second baseman and the right fielder Pence. for the Padres. They've left 5, no runs, 2 hits for Philadelphia. They've stranded 4. Well, appropriate to the Fenway conversation, the 100th birthday, our Geico quote of the game from the outstanding sports writer, SI's Tom Verducci. Why? Why should the bond between a people and their baseball team be so intense? Well, Fenway Park is part of it, offering a physical continuum to the bond, not only because Poppy can stand in the same batter's box as Teddy Ballgame, but also because a son might sit in the same wooden slat seat as his father. That's lovely.
That's awesome. Well put, Tom Verducci.
Shane Victorino, got to throw him a strike. He works the count every at bat. 2-0. Walked his first time. 3 walks by Volquez in the first 3 innings.
You know what I would hope, and to just dovetail off of that quote, I would hope, and I think it's over 50% of the ball players that are lucky enough to wear a big league uniform, when they go to places like that, to really respect and appreciate the history of those greats that sat on the same bench that they did. Walked down that tunnel from the clubhouse with the Hall of Famers. Ty Cobb, Cy Young. Are you kidding me? Seriously, showered in the same place as Babe Ruth? Now that's saying something.
3-2 now to Victorino. Well, then it's part of the experience. If you don't relate to all of that, you're only getting 80% of the deal.
And it really irks me when players don't do that. They just take it for granted and don't really appreciate the game and what it's all about.
3 balls and 2 strikes. And he punches a ground ball to the shortstop, Perino. Quick throw. Nice play by Andy Perino at short. The San Diego Hall of Champions has as one of its many great pieces of memorabilia, in 1941, when the thumper hit .406, the last player to hit over 400, that's the bat he used. He gave it to his close friend Bob Breitbart. And whenever you went over to see Mr. Breitbart, he'd go back into the locker and say, "You want to hold Ted's bat?"
That's right. I got a chance to do that.
Oh, my.
That was great.
Curveball bends in there against Ty Wigginton, who struck out his first time. Ted called Bob Breitbart his closest friend. Went to high school together at Hoover.
What a great man Mr. Breitbart was. Passed away a couple years ago, and great loss for the city of San Diego. He touched so many people and did so many great things for this great town,
including the Hall of Champions, which started because he had so much memorabilia in his garage. His wife said, "Get that junk out of here." And that junk is very precious.
Hey, one other thing Mr. Breitbart always did, he'd take out his wallet and he'd pull out a gold, it was like a gold round circle with a little hole in the top, and it had a number 3. And he'd say, "You know what this is?" I said, "No, what is it?"
You didn't guess? Wigginton fouls at the plate.
It was the tag that Babe Ruth had on his locker to where they would keep all their valuable stuff. It was his tag, 3 for Ruth. It was Babe Ruth's.
You know, just above the locker, they had those little metal tags on the top of the locker with their number on it.
That's great.
Babe Ruth. How much? Well, I won't even say how much would you pay to have something like that. It's, as they say, priceless. Wigginton goes down for the second time.
Talk about the curveball. Volquez trying to find those seams. And the big key, stay up on top, pull it down. And off the table. And he gets Wigginton.
And getting Victorino from 3-0 down, getting him to bounce out of a big effort by Volquez to not walk that leadoff man. 2 out now to Freddie Galvis. He walked the first time. Ball 1. Change up outside.
Talking curveball, Professor. Get that 4 seam going this way. Middle finger on this seam here, and just scrape your knuckles on the ceiling and just come down.
Watch your elbow. Watch
your
your elbow.
No, if you throw it correctly, you won't hurt your elbow.
How do you hurt your elbow?
If you kind of work around it like this. If you throw it like this, it's bad news. Because the fastball's like this, right? All the curveball is you just turn the wrist that way. So actually it's the same on your elbow. Hammer time, break it down.
Uncle Charlie. Galvis rolls that one to Volquez. Better hurry. And just does get him by a half step. 1, 2, 3. Volquez for the first time retires. The Phils in order. for the Padres and Mark Sweeney's keys to the game tonight.
Yeah, guys, you want to make him elevate his pitches within the strike zone, but you also want to be aggressive. I think the Padre hitters are being much more aggressive tonight, and you can see from the pitch count, that's how you get Cole Hamels to throw in and out of the strike zone, get into hitters' counts. They're doing a much better job of it tonight.
All right, Mark, thank you. Here's Alonso. Fly ball to left his first time. Gets a fastball right down the middle.
Remember last time up, he swung at that first pitch and flew out.
That's a line drive to left, and a short hops Pierre. And he's lucky he kept that in front of him. He was going to go for the shoestring and then pulled up, and that ball almost skidded by him. Sharp single by Alonso to open the fourth.
With Juan Pierre fully committed, I think he could have caught this baseball, but he plays it safe, stops, and you're right, Dick, that could have been nasty. He blocked that like a catcher, like a curveball in the dirt. Watch him square up, keep it in front of him. The old Little League stance, down on one knee. One of the first things you learn, right? Keep it in front of him. Nice job by Juan Pierre, holding him to a single.
Fourth hit off Hamels for the Padres. Here's Perino. He doubled his last time and takes a strike. Went out double in the second. Then Hudson walked after Volquez failed to move the runners along safe on the bunt fielder's choice. DeNorfia was hit by a pitch to load the bases, but Maben struck out to end the threat. In the dirt, that doesn't get far enough away from Schneider for any advance. Well, tomorrow night, a 5:30 game, remember, 4:30 for Padres Live on Fox Sports San Diego. It'll be, it's a really great matchup of Corey Lupke of the Padres and Roy Halladay. Halladay's 3-0 already. Going for 4 wins and just April 21st tomorrow night. And cap night, 25,000 of you go home with their San Diego souvenir cap. There's the matchup. Lupke off his outstanding performance, winning in Colorado. Fly ball right center. Victorino calling for it. One away. Time for our AT&T trivia question. We're from Petco Park. Well, you know, we had Jamie Moyer setting the record, the win with age 49. Now the oldest player to hit a home run in a major league game. Oldest player to hit a home run in a major league game. And it's not ancient history. It's recent history. And we can give the clue. The Padres were involved. Padres were involved.
I saw it. It was something to see. Saw a little bit of history with Jamie Moyer, and now the trivia question. It was kind of cool to be part of that as well.
Nice to see the oldest Padre in the lineup. Orlando Hudson get a hold of one here. He walked the first time. Ooh, that looked pretty good. 61 pitches now by Hamels with Volquez on deck.
Left-hander Cole Hamels goes from the extreme third base side.
That's a balk. Another balk. Second base umpire Bob Davidson. He wasted no time in calling it.
You know, Cole Hamels was saying, I stepped off. I stepped off. We'll have to see what Hamels did. The second balk of the night. Watch. Okay, watch. He's in contact with the rubber. Getting set. Steps off.
He did.
That's not a balk. You know what? That is not a balk. That's after he got called for the balk. He kind of spun a little bit. And he was telling, okay, watch. He's not set yet. Oh, wait a second.
Well, if he stepped off, you can make that move.
Right.
But Davidson, with all the dirt around the rubber, maybe in his view, he still had contact with the slab and didn't fully step off.
Anyway, a break for the Padres as Hudson way out in front of the changeup. 2-1. So there again, 2-0. He pitches backwards. You're not going to get the fastball when he's behind on the count. Veteran umpire Davidson out at second. Alonso now in scoring position, and that ball's going through the left side for a base hit. Here comes Alonso around third, and he's going to hold. And a good thing he did. Pierre's throw would have been there waiting for him. As Glenn Hoffman threw up the stop sign as Hudson grounds a single to left, first and third, and Volquez comes up. The Padres again stirring up some trouble, but haven't been able to dent Hamels yet.
I'm just glad that the ball hit off the bat, finding a hole. As he is held up. Okay, he watches the ball. Now pick up the coach. Pick up the coach. There's the stop sign. He puts up the hand, the left hand. He applies the brakes.
Alonso not the Padres' fastest runner by any means, so the wise choice. Now the meeting at the mound, undoubtedly part of the discussion involving a possible squeeze play, although Volquez is not the best runner either for the Padres pitchers.
Mark Sweeney, a couple balks tonight called on Cole Hamels. Hopefully that kind of rattles him up a little bit.
Yeah, you could also see, Mark, that Jimmy Rollins wanted to take some time to go in there and have a meeting with him just to settle him down, make sure he was on point, knowing what he had to do in certain situations. You can get fired up with situations like that.
Volquez failed to sacrifice his first time, safe on a fielder's choice. He's 1 for 5 on the season. Had a hit on opening day against Kershaw, remember? First and third. One out here in the fourth inning. No score. Chance for the Padres to grab the lead. They've led in only 4 games this year. Early. Leading early. 2-2 when they score first. When they don't, disaster. 1-9. Here's a chance. Safety squeeze. Fouls it back. They're playing in at the corners. Wigginton charging from first and Polanco at third. But up the middle, looking for the double play ball. Safety squeeze. It's got to be perfect to get Alonso home. Part of the strategy in throwing over to first base is to see if Volquez is going to square around and tip the squeeze.
And the main objective is to get that ball on the ground if bunted. You pop it up in the air, everything just blows up. Does you no good.
Fouled away. Tried to push it past the first baseman.
Stabbing at it, right? Just kind of poking at it, stabbing at it. Let the ball come to the bat. Squares, but kind of pokes at it. That's something you have to work on quite a bit.
And here for Bud Black, it's just even to move Hudson into scoring position so that you have 2 men on the pond for Denorfia. That's a pretty good one. Hamels, however, is able to flip it with his glove, and out at the plate is Alonso. So charging off the hill, Hamels helping himself out defensively, just fielded with the glove and pancaked it into his catcher Schneider, who made the tag on Alonso.
Volquez did everything he was supposed to do. He put the ball on the ground, and that's the chance you take when you put on a play. You know, usually when a pitcher flips the ball out of the glove, they'll kind of get under it a little bit too much, but that was a great feed right there by Cole Hamels.
Hudson moves to second. Volquez at first, 2 outs now. Up to Denorfia, struck out and was hit by a pitch. And that one squirts away, but not far enough for any advance. And the Padres have had their opportunities, just as they did last night. A couple of times with a runner at third with no out and 1 out. Couldn't get anything on the board in that 2-0 loss.
We've heard that too often.
Yes, we have. Check swing and the changeup in there for a strike. Popped it up. Second baseman Galvez calling out on the outfield grass, and the inning is over. The Padres lead 2 more. They've stranded 7 in 4 innings of this scoreless game. Seven, and Volquez has had good stuff, striking out Wigginton. There's the play against Pierre, stepping out of the batter's box. He did not have his foot on the inside chalk line and was called out bunting. And now Volquez trying to squeeze home on a safety squeeze, but Schneider had the ball waiting for Alonso. And the Padres denied again, and that's maybe the best rotation, certainly in the National League, this Phillies staff. They've now gone 21 consecutive innings back to their play in San Francisco without allowing a run, and they've allowed 1 run in the last 29 innings. And then you get Roy Halladay tomorrow. Top of the 5th, Schneider, Hamels, and Pierre for Philadelphia. Hit the ball hard the first time, Schneider, into a double play. Strike 1. Nicknamed Hops, Schneider, not because of his leaping ability or what they put in beer. Apparently his dad, after the Burt Reynolds movie Hopper, Dad said that because Schneider, his son, wasn't afraid to try anything, he'd dive for things or jump out of trees. Dad reminded him of Burt Reynolds' stuntman character. Yeah, as a catcher, you got to have good hops to get out in front of home plate on those little swinging bunts. Foul back, he jammed him. 1-2. Lupke against Halladay tomorrow at 5:30 game, and then 1 o'clock on Sunday. Wrap up the 4-game series. Anthony Bass and Joe Blanton for Philadelphia on Military Day. Just got a piece of that one. Off day Monday, and then the Washington Nationals in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Day game on Wednesday. And the Nationals continue to get great pitching. They won again tonight 2-0 against Miami. Yes, sir. Breaking ball. And that froze Schneider. 4th strikeout. A good curveball.
even though that this pitch was up in the zone, it still has good break to it. And the grip in the glove, finding those seams. Nicely done.
Hardest hit ball of the night by the man at the plate, pitcher Cole Hamels. He rattled one off the 396 sign out in center field, halfway up the wall. Just missed a home run in the third. Leading off, Volquez was able to pitch out of that inning to keep the game scoreless. 1 ball, 1 strike. That would have been something for Hamels. He's never hit a major league home run, even though he plays in a hitter and home run park in Philly. Fooled on that changeup.
Mark Sweeney, from your vantage point, looks like Volquez has gotten that release point down a little bit with the changeup and the curveball.
Yeah, and he's got late movement, Mark, too. And that's the reason why it comes off his fastball, but also fastball command, all to his secondary stuff.
Bounces a changeup. It's 2-2.
You can see he's not taking Hamels lightly. Even before that ball towards center field, he's throwing him everything.
Volquez, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Just a couple of base hits. The double by Hamels. And an infield hit by Polanco. And he goes full count. Looked at the action from the Philly bullpen down in the right field corner. Grounded to Alonso. He'll race to the bag and beat Hamels for the out. Well, time now for our AT&T trivia question answer. Talking about age, the oldest player to hit a home run in a major league game happened in San Diego at Petco Park. Julio Franco, 47 years and 240 days old, clubbed a home run.
If I remember correctly, it was an opposite field home run, and I believe that he went into the Petco porch for that record-breaking home run. Julio Franco, he held those hands high above his head. He pointed the barrel of that bat out towards the pitcher. Well, he gripped it and ripped it.
2 out to leadoff man Juan Pierre. 0 for 2. Pierre grounded to second, then was called out when trying to bunt. His left foot left the batter's box. And he was punched out by plate umpire Dan Bellino. 2-0. I would guess he's been bunting like that throughout his career. Rarely called for it. 2-1.
I'm just glad an umpire called it, quite frankly.
Well, you called it the pitch before.
So many guys do that.
That's why they have the lines there.
That's right. I would have loved to have you for a teacher. As we go back to the third inning, squares the bunt, foot out of the box, and it looks like his whole foot was, in fact, out of the box there. And Dan Bellino is all over it.
A mild protest by Charlie Manuel.
Charlie didn't seem too convincing there, did he?
2-2. Bouncer to shortstop. Perino on the run. And Pierre is gone. Another 1-2-3 inning. That's back-to-back. 3 up, 3 down. Halfway mark in this one at Petco. No score. Brought to you by Sequan Casino. Get away for the day at the all-new Sequan Casino, San Diego's destination for casino gaming and excitement. Last to the fifth, and Maben leads it off and swings and misses. He is tapped to the mound and struck out with the bases loaded tonight. Padres in the series are 1 for 14 with runners in scoring position. 0 for 6 tonight. That's the ball he should have hit. The bases loaded. That's going to go for 2, maybe 3. He's on his way to second, and he's galloping hard. Around second he goes, and into third with a stand-up triple. Cameron Maben. One at bat too late. That would have cleaned him up.
Mark Sweeney, pretty good looking swing. What'd you see?
It's a good looking swing, Mud, but they also want to work on his lower half. The lower half, he's been coming up a little bit on some of his swings and causing bad timing. That time he stayed down on his legs, drove the ball to right center. Nice piece of hitting.
It's a good point. You can see his legs. They're bent, athletic position upon swing. They stayed bent, using that drive to go the opposite field. Nicely done. And he had that arm whipping around Dick around second base.
When he gets that right wing flapping, you know it's going to be good. Now, can the Padres get a man home? They had a triple leading off an inning by Hermida last night, couldn't score. Headley up there, a single and a ground out to second base. And he works the count to 2-0. Leadoff triple here in the fifth for speedy Cameron Maben. Changeup.
This is a situation where Cole Hamels will maybe try a little easier, trying to hump it up and throw the fastball by these hitters like he's been doing all night long. Pull the string. Chase Headley wants to get that run home.
Infield will concede. They're playing back, and it's 2-2.
Nice backdoor cut fastball from Hamels to the right-hand hitter.
You know he's thinking strikeout here. He has only 2 tonight.
Here comes the changeup.
Got him.
My goodness. That's a big league pitch. With a big league pitch comes big league location to be successful. That'll bring it to your knees. There's the grip. Circle change inside the glove. Down and away. Perfectly placed by Cole Hamels.
So here's Guzman. Infield remains back. Guzman a single and a long out to right. Remember, that's the play Hunter Pence raced off to right center and made an awkward catch going away. That ball in this situation would give the Padres the lead. He was 2-0 to Headley and struck him out. Hundley on deck. Padres looking for their first run of this homestand after being trying to get on the board first. Two and one. It seems as if Hamels, when he gets in a bit of trouble, has an extra gear.
He certainly has that feel for that changeup when he's behind, huh? And as you made the great point earlier, he's pitching backwards.
Up high, 3-1.
And just to refresh your memories, or a little refresher course, when a pitcher pitches backwards, fastball counts, they throw anything but a fastball. So 2-0, 3-1. They'll throw the changeup or a breaking ball. That's pitching backwards.
Fouls it away. So the count now full on Guzman. Here's a case you just get the bat on the ball and hit a ground ball, and you got to run. Unless it's hit hard to the first baseman Wigginton, because he is in tight, way off the line at first base.
Changeup.
Ground ball. That'll get the run home.
Rollins throws to first for the out, but the Padres lead it 1-0. In to score, Cameron Maben. Guzman with his 7th RBI of the season.
Well, Mark Sweeney, when you look at Guzman, it really wasn't a violent swing, right? It was just a pitch down and away. He could see that the infielders are conceding the run. Perfect game of pepper with Jose Guzman.
Exactly, Mark. You want to use the middle of the field, especially when they're giving it to you with the infield back. Nice piece of hitting by Jesus Guzman.
Breaking ball. A curve in the strike zone to start Nick Hundley, who has grounded to third and fly to right. But the Padres do score first and have the 1-0 lead here in the 5th. Strike 2. Fastball at the knees. Hamels now at 84 pitches. So Maben's triple and the ground out by Guzman, giving Eddie Volquez a 1-0 lead. Check swing. You see Volquez there as he was rubbing his face. When we first met him down in spring training, first thing you notice is how long his fingers are.
Yep.
No wonder he can grip the ball and get that change effect.
Get good rotation on it, you bet.
And he goes around Hundley in the dirt, and Schneider will get the put out at first base. But here in the 5th inning, a triple Maben, ground out Guzman and Volquez, and the Padres lead 1-0. iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and much more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit Padres.com for details. So Edinson Volquez to the mound with a 1-0 lead. Top of the 6th. He's retired the last 7 Phillies in order. It'll be Polanco, Rollins, and Pence here in the top of the 6th inning.
You know what I like about Dan Bellino, the home plate umpire? He's calling the low strike. That first pitch from Volquez was a changeup. Might have been a little bit below the knees, but I like that.
Yes. Fox tracks say it was right on the block. Yep. Right at the knees. 2 strikes. Polanco grounded one back through the middle that Hudson on his knees was able to smother but unable to throw him out. So that's one of the 2 hits allowed by Volquez. The other, the double off the center field fence by pitcher Hamels. Solid outing by the 28-year-old right-hander. Outside.
Hey, fly ball coming at you. Got to flip him down. Looks like Ed Rooney from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He's a righteous dude.
Hamels and the Phils have won 12 in a row here at Petco. It's the longest winning streak by a visiting team at any ballpark. Wondering, how did I throw Maiden? Let me have that pitch back. Line to center, Maven coming in. 8 in a row for Volquez. Well, around the major leagues today and tonight, Washington's Rick Ankiel 3 for 3, a double and a home run as the Nationals win again. A 2-0 shutout of the Marlins. Hector Sanchez 2 for 5. Game-winning run in the Giants' 4-3 victory at New York. Clay Buchholz gave up 5 home runs in a 6-2 loss to the Yankees at Fenway today. That spoiled the 100-year birthday celebration at Fenway.
That's a tough day in the big leagues right there, giving up 5 home runs.
And how about the Red Sox? Going back to last year, to September, in the last 42 games, Boston is 12 and 30. High fly ball. Back is short. Perino is there. 9 straight retired by Volquez.
Edinson Volquez has made some adjustments at the early part of the ball game. He was kind of off with his release point, but he has settled down quite nicely. Had a quick first inning, 13 pitches, ran into a little trouble with the walks in the second inning, but my goodness, from the third inning on, 1 walk, and that's it.
Here's Hunter Pence, struck out and lined to second. That was a big out because at the time Hamels and Rollins were aboard first and second, and he scorched one right at Hudson, knocked him back on his heels at second base with the final out of the third inning. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Pence says he's been choking up in the bat since he was 12 years old. It just doesn't feel right when he has to swing from down at the butt end of the bat. Still has plenty of power. Did he go? Yes, he punched him out. Another strikeout for Volquez. He's on a run of 10 consecutive outs, and after 5.5, it's the Padres 1, the Phils nothing.
Hey, Padre fans, I'm just laughing at that little tyke out there. It's great. Start your Cinco de Mayo weekend with the Padres Friday, May 4th. Get to the park early and enjoy drink specials and live music at a Cinco de Mayo party presented by Verizon Wireless.
Alonso grounds out. One away, one pitch. He likes to go after that first pitch. He just interrupts your reading. Go ahead,
That's
please.
okay. The Fiesta starts at 5 o'clock, and first pitch is against the Marlins. That's at 7:05. So be sure to buy your tickets early and save at Padres.com, or get on the horn. Call 619-795-5555.
Smooth. You got
how many O's in that?
I think you got about 5 O's in your smooth tonight. Must be Friday night.
I was going to say it earlier, but I got interrupted. I wish there was a play. I'm not saying you interrupted me, because you can do that anytime. I wish I had you as a professor or a teacher.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, I was a tough grader. And some of my students didn't like that. Another first ball swing, and Perino sends a high sky fly ball to Pinson right. 2 pitches, 2 outs. I love to teach, and in fact,
it shows.
In fact, the people ask me after all these years, what have been some of the things that have helped you the most from the very start? And I think being a teacher, when you prepare for a lesson plan, in essence, you're giving a 50-minute piece of entertainment. You try to be humorous. You try to be informative. You've got to be prepared. You have to do your homework. You want to challenge your audience. You want them to enjoy the experience. I used to, when I was teaching, and I had a bad day as a lecturer, I took it home with me, just like you take home a loss. You want your kids to be bright-eyed and say, okay, go charging out of there. I want to study this. I must admit, I've never been more nervous in my life, including doing Super Bowls, than just facing 50 bright-eyed kids in the morning and wondering, do I really have this lecture down? That's why I taught health, and I learned what diarrhea was real fast. I mean, I had an upset stomach every morning. Ground ball by Hudson to short. Rollins across, and that's a quick inning for Hamels after 6. Sorry, folks. 1-0 Padres.
Quiet offensive night for both teams like last night. Again, when the Phillies win 2-0. Let's hope this holds up for the Padres. Edinson Volquez looking pretty good.
Yeah, Edison's doing an outstanding job tonight. Pitching duel, and he's got the upper hand right now.
Maybe 1 run will be enough. Let's hope so. He's looked really good. Balancing a few of those walks with the punch-outs, getting the outs when he needed, Mark.
Yeah, going after the breaking stuff with a fastball compliment.
All righty, 1-0, top of the 7th. When we come and see you in the postgame show, we're going to talk a little bit more about Edinson. Also, great defensive night for both teams. We'll have that, and you'll hear from the manager, Buddy Black. Dick and Mark.
All right, Mike and Mark will be standing by after the game, and hopefully you'll have some superlatives for Edinson Volquez, who has retired 10 in a row, allowed only 2 hits, leads 1-0, and Victorino starts the 7th. For the Phils. He has walked and grounded to short. Now, Volquez, no surprise that he has pitched well in his career against Philadelphia, but it's been a while. 2 starts back in the 2008 season, and he was 2-0. allowing just 1 earned run in 12 in the 3rd inning. So counting tonight, he's gone more than 2 full games, 18 in the 3rd, and allowed only 1 earned run pitching against Philadelphia. Line drive over Alonso into right field. So Victorino just lays that bat out there and pulls a nice single to right field to lead off the 7th. 3rd hit for the Phils.
Victorino just kind of waves at this pitch. It's not like he keeps his hands back and then just attacks the baseball. Kind of waves at it. Looked like it was an off-speed pitch. He got under it just enough to elude the glove of Alonso at first.
So the Phils have their best base runner aboard to lead off the 7th. Here's Wigginton, up twice, struck out twice. Victorino might go early here to stay out of that double play.
Yep.
He bears watching as Volquez visits. Toss to Alonso. One nothing Padres here in the top of the 7th inning. And the Padres thinking right along with us as Joe Thatcher and Andrew Kashner begin to throw in the bullpen.
Huge hole. Look at that gaping hole right there on the right side with the right-handed hitting Wigginton up at the plate.
Changeup is low, ball 1.
'90th pitch for Edinson Volquez.
Swing and a miss.
Hey, that's a good sign. 94 on the heater.
Padres saw Wigginton last year with the Rockies after he came over from Baltimore, where he played a couple of years. His .242 is average in Colorado. 15 home runs.
All the Padre fans are yelling balk.
We got some Philly fans here too. They Cole Hamels to have turnabout for the other side. That's in there. Fastball, 94 again.
It's a nice trifecta right there, isn't it? Halliday to the left, Zac Efron. Oh, I'm sorry, Cole Hamels in the background, and Cliff Lee on the right.
Talk about a rotation.
Yeah.
And then you get a kid like last night, Vance Worley, going 7 innings and striking out a career high 11 and doesn't allow a run.
How about a grounder right here?
There goes Victorino. Line drive, left field, charged by Guzman. He acted as though he didn't see the ball and then came in to field it on one hop. Holding at second base is Victorino, so back-to-back singles to open the 7th for Philadelphia.
Got jammed on that pitch. Big swing. Well, Buddy is trotting out of the dugout. That tells me usually when a manager trots out, he wants to say something, and then maybe a little bit of a pep talk, and then let him try to finish the inning. Usually when he takes that slow stroll, that means he's going to make a change.
Thatcher and Kashner continue to throw in the bullpen. Freddie Galvis, you got to figure this infielder is a pretty good bunter, and that's the call here in the top of the 7th with Victorino, good speed at second, Wigginton at first. The Phillies, with only 2 hits through 6 innings, have a pair to open the 7th. Ball 1.
Let's keep an eye on the foot of Galvez. Remember earlier when Pierre was banged? See if he keeps both feet in the batter's box on the bunt attempt.
Ball 2. Couple of fastballs, but off the corner.
Well, now the guy's giving himself up. You got to fire a strike. You got the corners crashing. You know, Volquez can crash. That will enable Headley to get back to third base for the force out and get that lead runner. Walking him is not going to do any good.
And Galvis trying to bunt toward the third baseman to bring Headley in.
Oh, come on now.
3-0. Not close to throwing a strike. Look at Foxtrot's. This is a spot where you can almost throw a batting practice fastball. Just throw a strike.
Yep.
He wants to bunt. Let him do it. Don't walk him and load the bases with no one out.
Probably a show bunt here and take.
And that just did catch the corner or the top of the knees.
Yeah, that's a legitimate strike.
Three balls and a strike. Victorino at second. Wigginton at first with singles here in the seventh. There's the bunt. A beauty. That's going to be a base hit. Just perfectly placed so that Volquez couldn't get there. Headley has to hesitate and hold his ground at third. And by the time he came to charge the ball, all the Padres could do was eat it. It's a hit.
What's frustrating, it's a sacrifice, but the Padres can't get it out. I think that was Volquez's ball.
So the base is loaded on 3 consecutive hits, and Bud Black's out to make a pitching change. See whether he comes in with the right-hander Cashner or the lefty Thatcher. A left-handed hitter Schneider is due up. So tough break for Volquez. Unable to make the play on the sacrifice bunt. The base is full of fills as Cashner comes in from the Padre bullpen, and we'll take a break from the action here at Petco. Working such an outstanding game. 2-hitter through 6 innings. But singles by Victorino and Wigginton. And the bunt single trying to sacrifice Galvis to load the bases. So Cashner inherits bases loaded. No one out here in the 7th inning.
Well, Andrew Cashner needs to do a little bit of a Harry Houdini right here. Get out of this jam. Nobody out. Bases FOP, full of fills. Hey, early on, try to work a grounder. As you take a look at Jason Bartlett on the double switch, he will bat 9th. And Cashner will hit in Perino's spot. That's the 7th spot. So work for a grounder early. And then you get 2 strikes. Go for the punchy. Go for the punch out, right?
Headley in at third, so his play will be to the plate to get the force. The rest of the infielders are back. And the hitter is Brian Schneider. Grounded into a double play and struck out in the 5th.
Well, still early enough to where ground ball up the middle, go for 2, give up a run, but you get 2 outs.
Ground ball right side and throw to right field. Charging the ball is Denorfia, and holding at third base is Wigginton. But it's a tie game at 1 on 4 consecutive hits as Schneider rolls one through the right side. His first hit of the year.
Nothing you can do there. Cashner worked down in the zone. Nice pitch. Schneider makes contact on the good fastball. He just happens to find a hole on the right side. Nothing you can do there.
And here comes Jim Tomei to bat for the pitcher Hamels. Tomei with 96 home runs as a Phil, 4 away from the 100 mark in home runs. And if he should accomplish that this year, he'll be one of the rare few, in fact only the 4th, to hit at least 100 home runs with 3 different teams. And in terms of his career homers, over the 600 mark. Hopefully this is not the time to round the bases with a grandmaster. So a new game, but the Phils with a run in and the bases loaded, still no one out here in the 7th. Starts him with a breaking ball. Nine grand slams in his home run hitting career. Ooh. High fastball at 99 miles an hour. Good rip by Tomei.
Well, there's a guy that doesn't get cheated.
Wigginton, Galvis, Schneider aboard. No one out. 1 run in here in the 7th to tie it. And Cashner ahead on the count, 1-2. Tomei now 41 years of age. 5 times an All-Star. Won the Silver Slugger Award at third base 6 years ago with the Phillies. This is his 2nd time around with Philadelphia. Strike 3 call. On the inside corner at 99 miles an hour. Tomei is down. 1 away.
Freeze fastball right on the inside corner. Nice job by Nick Hundley, just pegging that pitch right on the inside corner, holding it for the home plate umpire Dan Bellino. That's a great pitch to a power hitting Jim Tomei. That's big.
Tough man to double up, Pierre. Alonso comes in to the baseline just in front of the bag at first base, and Headley in tied at third. Out of play. Pierre grounded to second. Was called out for leaving the batter's box bunting in the 3rd, and he grounded to short in the 5th inning. They'll play halfway up the middle. Ball hit sharply enough, try for the double play. And if the ball's hit to either of the corner infielders, they'll come to the plate. Got to get the double play home to first. Ooh, Hundley. Jack in the box catch. One ball, one strike. Juan Pierre. Base hit to right by Alonso. That's going to get 2 more in for Philadelphia, and they take a 3-1 lead. Wigginton and Galvis score. A hit parade for the Phils here in the 7th inning. That's the 5th base knock. And 2 RBIs for Pierre to double his total on the year. Had 2 coming into the game.
Well, the hard-throwing Cashner gets ahead with the fastball right down the middle. Misses up and away on that one. Speeds up the bat up here. That was a breaking ball. That was a slider. It speeds up the bat of Pierre, enabling him to pull that baseball. Driving in 2.
Still only 1 out. Pierre joins Schneider on the bases, and here's Polanco. Infield hit, fouled out and lined out. Up and in, ball 1, and that had some 99-mile-an-hour mustard on it. All 3 runs charged to Volquez, so the game never has been touted as being fair. Pitches beautifully, 2-hitter through 6 innings. Leaves the game with the bases loaded and winds up being charged with all 3 of the men that he put on. Victorino a single to right. Wigginton a single to left. The bunt single by Galvis was a key play, trying to sacrifice. In comes Cashner and gives up single by Schneider and a 2-run single by Pierre. Two and 0. Can't make the play. Or can he? Yes. Oh, that was a great recovery by Cashner. Boxed in that chopper and able to scramble and make a quick throw. He needed the 100-mile-an-hour fastball over to Alonso.
Well, he bare hands it. I don't think the ball was hit hard enough. Boy, so many things could have gone wrong there. Tries to square himself up and fires a strike, gets him by a half step.
Polanco not the fastest of the Phillies, so 2 out. 2nd and 3rd for Jimmy Rollins, the 8th man to bat here in the 7th inning. And this is a big man to get out. You got 2 more runners in scoring position. Get out of it with just the 3 runs. Stay within 2. With 3 innings to go for the Padres. Rollins fly to right, walked and popped to short. In there. 89 on the changeup from Cashner. NL West teams. The Dodgers won 3-1. Kemp hit another homer. San Francisco in 10 beat the Mets 4-3 in New York.
That's gas right there. 100 right on the outside corner.
Atlanta leading at Arizona 7-0 in the 9th. Rory Halladay tomorrow with the price of admission. Corey Lupke will try to outduel him. 5:30 game time. And the count runs to 2-2. That's the slider. Schneider at 3rd and Pierre at 2nd. 3 runs in. 5 singles in this 7th inning for Philadelphia. Ground ball to 2nd. Hudson over to Alonso. Inning over, but the Phils get 3 runs on 5 hits. Leave 2. Middle of the 7th, 3-1. A great book by Andy Strasberg that examines the writing of Take Me Out of the Ball Game. And Jack Norworth, who wrote it, actually wrote the lyrics, handwritten lyrics. And then you can see where he actually crossed out and changed the lyrics. Really? And the one change that he made is that second line where we now sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. He had Take Me Out to the Park and changed it to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. It's kind of nice to see, just he kind of scratches out and thinks, well, that plays a little bit better. And, Andy Strasberg, who worked 20 years here in the front office with the Padres, has written another book. As we go to the last of the seventh, and veteran 40-year-old Cuban Jose Contreras is on the mound for Philadelphia. Bartlett bats for the first time.
Well, before we get to Contreras, just to elaborate on Andy Strasberg, one of my faves, big-time baseball fan. A lot of fun, Andy Strasberg.
He's written a book, Photography. He's taking photos that people take, just, fans' photos, not big professional photos, and he's created a really nice book out of it. It's on the market now.
He sent me a book, and I want to thank Andy for that.
2-0 to Bartlett, 3-0. So Padres now have to rally down 3-1. Try to get something going here against Contreras. Hamels 6 innings, 1 run, 6 hits. Walked 1, hit 1, and struck out 4. He stands to win it unless the Padres can rally. High, a 4-pitch walk to Bartlett. That's a good start here in the 7th. You can join the Padres Sunday as they honor the men and women who serve in the U.S. Armed Forces with Military Opening Day presented by Northrop Grumman. Enjoy a special pregame ceremony before the Padres and the Phils at 1:05. Get your tickets at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. You'll see Anthony Bass against the Phils' Joe Blanton. There'll be a flyover, F-18s. Should be quite a day Sunday. Look forward to seeing you out at Petco. Denorfia takes a strike. He has struck out, hit by a pitch, and popped up against Hamels. Leadoff walk for Bartlett. Antonio Bastardo, a left-hander, starts to throw in the Phils bullpen. He took the loss in that 11-inning 1-0 game at San Francisco a couple of nights ago. Outside, a bluff by Bartlett as if he were going to steal, and Josh Spence getting ready in the pen for the San Diego Padres. Two balls and a strike.
And Contreras throws a fastball, slider, and a split. Padres working some good counts here. He'll throw that slider like a lot of relievers at any time in the count.
Ground ball to third. Polanco to second for 1. Back to first. A double play. Made to order right at Polanco, and the field, and the base is now empty. 2 out in the 7th.
Polanco at third base, kind of the in-between hop. See how he kind of backs up a little bit, gets himself in a good throwing position before he throws to second base, and then credit Galvez at second base. Boy, he did a fine job getting that baseball and then getting rid of it and hopping, because Bartlett was doing the old barrel roll.
That's where that second baseman has to be acrobatic.
Yeah, getting out of the way.
2 out to Maben, who tripled the last time and scored the Padre run. And he grounds to shortstop. Rollins across. And Maben out, and that's it for the Padres in the 7th. It remains 3-1.
Here's the play of the game in that 3-run 7th inning. The sacrifice bunt is so perfect by Freddie Galvis that the Padres couldn't field it, and that set up the Schneider RBI single and a 2-run base hit by Juan Pierre for the 3 runs. Top of the 8th inning, and Josh Spence comes in for the Padres to work to the middle of the order. Hunter Pence, Shane Victorino, and Ty Wigginton.
Pretty good numbers for Josh Spence in the short time that he has been out there. And we all know about Josh Spence, but if this is the first time you're seeing the left-handed Aussie, he throws below the hitting speed. Tops out about 83. He makes Jamie Moyer look like he's tossing underhand. Doesn't he?
Oh, come on. About the same.
Yeah, Moyer tops out at 79. Josh Spence, 83, 84. Not much difference, huh?
Again, it's just locating his pitches. Right. The only time he had trouble last year is we see the bullpen Chad Qualls, former Padre, getting ready. He pitched last night an inning. He's their 8th inning man. Hunter Pence takes a strike. Hit high in left field. Guzman circling under it. 1 away. Layla Rahimi, what do you have for us?
We talked to Josh Spence yesterday, and he's going to accuse me of jinxing him if anything happens in this outing today. But Spence has had just a great past 4 games. He's allowed no runs, just 2 hits, and he said, thanks for pointing it out, you're probably jinxing me. But he said he's just really happy to be here, very thankful for the opportunity, always has a smile on his face, and is always up to something, as you know, Dick. He's such a great magician, and always has fun with the cards and stuff like that. But just a really good guy, and very excited to be here. Great attitude.
Yeah, he's well, in spring training, when they told Josh that he wasn't going to make the starting 25-man roster, I mean, he was very emotional. He just, frankly, he wept that he didn't want to leave the big club. And they said, hey, listen, you're too good. You'll be back. And because of injuries, he was back in the first week. And he compliments that clubhouse.
Sure,
he does. Really a great guy in the clubhouse. You go down there, and he's always almost like he's holding court down there. He's got 3 or 4 around the table. He's either playing cards or showing tricks.
Hey, when he's on the field, it's go time. I mean, stone-faced, wants to get hitters out, quite a competitor. But what's neat about Josh is when you have a conversation with him, it's like he's always giggling, laughing, He's just a great-hearted kid.
He's a typical Aussie.
Yep.
He's such positive people. Pull down the left field line, and that'll hook foul, but that had pretty good depth.
Yeah.
Shane Victorino hitting right-handed, showing some power. He had one of those 5 singles in the 7th inning. 3 of the runs scored and a 3-1 lead for Philadelphia. Trying to win their 13th in a row at Petco. I mean, that's just impossible. Hit him.
Oh, come on now. No, send him back.
Yep. He said he didn't get out of the way. You stuck your elbow. Dan Bellino's made some interesting calls tonight.
He's my favorite umpire right now. Love this kid.
Manuel's got to go out and argue.
He leaned right into it.
Yeah. And he says, no, it's not worth it. The pitch was about 68 miles an hour.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's no question. He didn't try to get out of the way. He tried to be hit. That's taken one for the team, but it doesn't work.
Good for him.
Charlie saw it the same way. Yeah, it's a long way to run out there and argue anyway. Getting late.
Nick Hundley wants it on the dirt. There you go.
Victorino. Oh, he's got a sense of humor.
That was funny.
Bluffed that he was hit in the foot.
Watch the ball in the dirt, and then watch he acts like he got hit and limps.
1-2. Fouls it back. 79 miles an hour. The scoreboard calling that a changeup. I'm not sure it was.
about that last matchup? Josh Spence to Hunter Pence.
Got it. Yeah.
Say that 5 times. Hit the left field and hit well. Guzman retreating, and Victorino has hit it out of here. Now, change your mind, Bellino. He was hit by that pitch. Give him first. So Victorino takes it out on Josh Spence and rifles a home run into the bleachers, his second of the season. 4-1 Philadelphia.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It really is. He has amazing power. I mean, he's the package. Yeah, this would have been a better result for the Padres. Instead, get something hanging upstairs and smacks it out of here.
Looked like it was a soft breaking ball up and away. The 1-2 count is what's frustrating. Had him in the hole, 1-2.
Wigginton goes around. He struck out twice and singled, one of the 5 singles in that 7th inning, and scored one of the runs. Now the Phillies have added another. Look, here's Victorino going over his actions. He's smiling now. That's lined to left field, and that's another base hit. Guzman plays it on a hop. Wigginton's 2 for 4. With one out, Freddie Galvis comes up.
Where I think Josh Spence might run into some trouble sometimes. Sure, he's upset, right? Just gave up a home run. The one thing that Josh Spence cannot do is try to overthrow. He's got to have that stay in that happy medium, that area where he's the 83 and just flipping it up there. When he starts to overthrow, totally works against him, flattens out, elevates.
Galvis is walked. Bounce to the pitcher, and it was his sacrifice bunt, so well placed to third that became an infield hit, and he then hits this one over Hudson's head for a base knock. Walking into second is Wigginton, so 3 straight hits now for the Phils against Josh Spence, a home run triggering this string of hits as Wigginton and Galvis. Now Galvis with his second hit. Bartlett comes in to talk to his pitcher with 1 out and 2 on. Brian Schneider, he knocked in the first run in the 7th inning with a single, with the bases loaded. And Juan Pierre, the leadoff man, then drove in 2 more with a single to right field off relief pitcher Andrew Cashner. All 3 runs charged to Volquez. John Mayberry is on deck, and he will hit in the pitcher's spot. Ball 1. Two on, 1 out, and 2-0 the count. These nasty Phils have come to Petco and really push the Padres down nose first into their own carpet. 12 in a row starting tonight, and that's, you have to go back to the 1950s, middle 1950s, when they won 11 in a row at Forbes Field against Pittsburgh to find anything that matches it. And they're 23-4 at Petco, 16 of the last 17.
That's unbelievable.
And trying to win again tonight, 4-1.
No, that's a great bar bet. You can go to a bar and say, hey, you know what? I'll bet you $10 or a drink that these numbers are true, that the Phillies come in. Yeah, right.
Not even in their home park.
Exactly.
Well, that great pitching is part of it. They get any runs at all, they're just tough to beat. Count goes full on Schneider. But the good news is that Padres get the hit against Roy Halladay tomorrow. He's 3-0 out of the gates with some ferocity. I tell you what, folks, if you like to see a great player, a great pitcher, you should get a ticket tomorrow night, 5:30. That one looped over the shortstop's head for a base hit. Guzman will get it in, and Wigginton will hold at third. 3 straight singles following Victorino's home run. Hey, Schneider bloops one to left. For Wigginton, Galvis, and Schneider down at the bottom of the order, all with a pair of hits. And Bud Black coming out after 4 consecutive base hits, and he's going to take Josh Spence back to the dugout with him, apparently making a double switch as he stops with plate umpire Bellino. Will Venable going out to play center field.
And John Mayberry Jr. was announced, so he is the hitter. He is in the game.
And it looks as if it's a left-hander. That would be Joe Thatcher coming in from the bullpen. So a break in the action here in the 8th inning. 4-1 Philadelphia. Giving up 4 straight hits. Well, Fox Saturday Baseball tomorrow. Yankees in Fenway against Adrian Gonzalez and the Bo Sox. First series of the season between 2 of baseball's most bitter rivals. Yankees won today 6-2. Hit 5 home runs to knock the candles off a 100th birthday cake at Fenway. Fox Saturday Baseball returns tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, and then stay with us here on Fox Sports San Diego at 4:30 for Padres Live before Lupke matches his stuff against Halladay of the Phils. Little soft foul fly, and Alonso will make the catch. First ball hunting was John Mayberry, and he's out. 2 away. Top of the order, and Juan Pierre. Pierre, a 2-run single in the 3-run 7th inning. He had a couple of hits last night. Three runs on 5 hits in the 7th. All 3 runs charged to the starter Volquez, as you see Venable coming into the game from Maben in the double switch, and he will hit in Perino's spot, the 7th spot in the batting order. Victorino then with a home run here in the 8th, 4-1. Strap on the inside corner. Dangerous line drive into the crowd beyond the third base dugout.
That's why you always have to keep your eye on the ball. Bring your glove to the yard and always watch the baseball.
You know, when you have a good seat, and here's an elderly gentleman, or he's not a kid, smart enough to bring a glove. There's nothing embarrassing about that. If you have a good seat down in the box seat level, bring that leather. There's another. Mount Everest, he conquered it. That's great. You could be that excited. What's a baseball cost today?
$18.
Grown men ruin a $500 suit scrambling to get one of those souvenirs.
I'd say 15 to 20. You know, you go to a sporting goods store, an authentic
Major League
Baseball.
1-2 on Pierre. Reaches out and just lifts a little fly ball to right. Here comes Denorfia to make the catch. Tumbling catch by Chris Denorfia denies Pierre, and the inning is over. 4 hits for the Phils in the 8th. Denorfia denies what could be a big inning. The run goes on Victoria's homer.
The game. Be sure to stay tuned for Padres Live. Mike Pomeranz and Mark Sweeney with all the action. We'll have a complete wrap-up of the game, including live interviews, the Bud Black post-game press conference. Padres Live brought to you by Cox Communications after the game on Fox Sports San Diego.
And you'll hear a little background music with the pyrotechnics as the fireworks here on this Friday night will entertain the fans. 23,000 of them, 23,748 to be exact. John Mayberry stays in the game, goes to left field for Juan Pierre as Chad Qualls comes in to pitch. Put Qualls in the leadoff spot in the batting order. 4-1. Padres need to muster a rally against their former teammate Chad Qualls. Qualls last night worked the 8th inning, gave up a walk and 3 ground ball outs, so he had his sinking stuff working. First pitch high to Headley, a single, a ground out, and a strikeout tonight. Guzman and then Hundley to bat here in the 8th inning. High strike, 90 miles an hour in the fastball. But as you see from the center field camera, that sinking, diving action of the pitches from Qualls. Antonio Bastardo, the lefty, getting loose. 2-1 to Headley. Trying to get on there. He walked more than anyone in the National League, 13 times. Ground ball left side. Veteran Rollins has a long throw, and it's there in time. Sounded like Qualls broke Headley's bat.
That means he's got the sinker working. Down and away off the end of the bat. Snap.
Qualls in relief in the 2 games of the series has faced 4 men, all 4 grounding out. Guzman, single to left, long fly ball out to right, the play that Hunter Pence caught awkwardly at that. And he knocked in the only Padre run with a ground out to short. Got Maben home in the 5th inning. Maben had tripled off Cole Hamels. That's the only Padre run. Bounces this one to short. Nice big bounce for Rollins, and there's 2 away. Got the ground ball working. Nick Hundley 0 for 3 tonight. Padres have only 6 hits, all off Cole Hamels. He struck out 4, walked 1, hit 1. It's his game to win. A strike to the man that used to be behind the plate to catch his stuff last year, Nick Hundley. So they know each other as well as any two in the ballpark. Slider hits the outside corner, and he jumps quickly in front. 2 strikes to Hundley.
Dicing up that home plate on each corner. First pitch inside, last pitch outside. With good tilt on both of those pitches, the sinker and the slider.
Bounces the slider, so it's 1-2.
And Schneider did a good job of trusting his equipment there, right in the chest protector, the slider in the dirt.
You probably watched John Baker's demo on the Padre Live.
Slider in the dirt.
So let that chest protector block the ball. Keep it in front of you. Kind of jackknife your body. Lower the shoulders and eyes. Ground ball sharply up the middle. Nice stop by Galvez, and he robs Hundley of a base hit. 3 more ground ball outs. Qualls has it working back at Petco. Where the healthy pets go. And welcome back to Petco. You're in our Fox Sports San Diego television booth. Dick Enberg with Mark Grant. Some of the kids here waiting for the fireworks. Hopefully they'll get a double dose. They'll get some fireworks in the bottom of the 9th inning and then the pyrotechnics afterwards. Joe Thatcher stays in to pitch the 9th inning. He'll face Polanco, Rollins, and Pence. Third baseman for the Phils is 1 for 4 tonight. Two big innings late in the game for Philadelphia, scoring 3 runs on 5 hits in the 7th, 1 run on a home run, and 4 hits in the 8th. 9 hits in those 2 innings. Victorino with his 2nd home run of the year. Bounce back to the mound. Thatcher couldn't get it. Tough play now for the shortstop, and making the play is Bartlett. Jason Bartlett ranging far to his left, almost to the second base side of the bag to throw out Polanco.
Joe Thatcher falls off the mound so much toward third base side. He tried to give the old backhand snag. Couldn't do it. Here it is, just taking a chance, maybe the backhand. And you're right, Dick, on the second base side. Nice flip throw by Bartlett.
Jimmy Rollins 0 for 3 in a walk tonight. High strike. Hunter Pence to follow here in the top of the 9th inning. Phil's trying to level their record on the season to 7-7. Line down the right field line into the bullpen foul. We've got Jonathan Papelbon, who picked up his save last night, number 4. From the Boston Red Sox reliever, getting ready. Slings it in there out of the strike zone, 1-2. Phil's treading water here until they get their 2 big stars, Ryan Howard and Chase Utley, back probably around the All-Star break, they're hoping. Stay in touch with the leaders in the National League East. Currently Washington and Atlanta, both of whom won tonight. Washington's now 11-4 and Atlanta 9-5. Good to see the Nationals, much improved team.
Yeah, they spent some money, huh, the last few years?
And there's been nothing official on the pitching matchups. But Steven Strasburg is supposed to pitch tomorrow. And if he does, and they stay on that rotation, we get to see him on Thursday night. Chop to third, backhanded nicely on the short hop by Headley. 2 away. And time now for the Carl's Jr. star of the game, San Diego's own Cole Hamels.
And he was pitching just like he was back at Rancho Bernardo High School, throwing everything up there, pitching backwards, changeups 2-0, curveballs 3-1.
But you know what he's talking about tonight down in that dugout? Almost a home run.
Oh, yeah.
Hit one off the center field fence. Hunter Pence 0 for 4. He and Rollins are the only 2 Phils without a base hit in the starting lineup. A little longer outing for Joe Thatcher than normal. His second inning of pitching. Got the last 2 outs in the 8th. Got out of that bases loaded 1-out jam. And 2 ground ball outs here in the 9th inning for the lefty from Kokomo, Indiana. He and Clayton Richard, high school tournament in Indiana, faced each other. They both claim that they hit a home run off the other.
And the distances just get farther and farther as the story's told.
That pitch is in there, and it's 3-1. Were you a good hitter in your high school days?
You know what? They DH'd for me.
For you?
I just pitched. Whenever I pitched, they had a DH. Oh. They took the bat right out of my hands.
Hard hit, but right at the old dog. He throws out Pence. 3 ground ball outs. A perfect inning for Thatcher. Bottom of the 9th. Padres need 3 to tie. If you're just joining us, taste of the action. Some of the flavors from Petco Park tonight as the Philadelphia Phils saw the Padres score first on a Maben triple, ground out by Guzman. But they put together 5 singles in the 7th inning, knocking out Volquez. 3 of them scored, 3-1, and then a home run by Victorino. A solo shot in the 8th. That's where we stand as Jonathan Papelbon comes in to try to earn his 5th save of this young season. Pitched an inning in each of his 6 outings. He's allowed just 1 run and 6 hits. Last night gave up a walk, but were quickly erased on a double play. Alonso will start it, last of the 9th. First pitch strike. Alonso flied out, single to left, and grounded out tonight.
Now that's a serious rally cap right there.
That's a serious fan.
Yeah.
Big swing.
We need to get the rally shillelaghs out. Work some magic. Look at a Philly fan next to a Padre fan. That's awesome.
Yeah, the gentleman is not backing off to the young kid. Up high, 1-2. Well, it's a disappointing start to be certain for the Padres, but it's still this great game of baseball. And you come out hoping the home team will win, but you also come out and enjoy what the game can provide and all the elements. And this is the best bargain in all of baseball right here. San Diego. We said last night the average ticket price here at Petco is $15.67. That's the lowest in all of the major leagues. The average is $27 a ticket. It's only $15.67 here. So come and enjoy the bargain. Corey Lupke will be on the mound tomorrow. Tim Stauffer there with him. Stauffer a couple of weeks away from returning from the DL. Out of play. And you never know what you're going to see.
Absolutely. I mean, there's some things that happened this year already that was.
How about tonight?
Yeah.
2 balks. A batter caught out because he stepped inside the batter's box. Victorino trying to get on base, and wasn't allowed, and then he hits a home run. Who writes these scripts? High fly ball, hit pretty well, but in this heavy air, an easy chance out there for Mayberry. 1 out in the 9th. Reminder again, here's who we'll see tomorrow. The amazing Roy Halladay, a couple of no-hitters 2 years ago. 3-0 against Corey Lupke, coming off a 1-run 7-inning effort against the Rockies up in Colorado this week. I hope you'll join us. If you can't make it here to the ballpark at 5:30, join us at 4:30 for Padres Live here on Fox Sports San Diego. Will Venable batting for the first time, came in the double switch. Padres haven't had a hit since Maben's triple with 1 out of actually leading off in the 5th inning. Been all quiet since. Just missed that one. High in the air, deep to right center. Victorino backpedaling and makes the catch. Oh, did Venable get a lot of that ball? That would have had home run distance plus.
Absolutely. Good swing, good sound off the bat, just under it a little bit. Hands back nicely. Throw that head of the bat right at that baseball, and you know what, Dick, that's, what is that, maybe an 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, getting on top of that baseball. The difference between a pop-up 8 or a round tripper.
Down to their last out now. Hudson has a walk, a single, 1 for 2 tonight, and takes over but low. All smiles, the Phils, as they continue to have it their own way here at Petco. This would be 13 in a row. Let's hope he's not smiling tomorrow.
1 ball, 1 strike to Hudson.
Cat got your tongue?
I think he jinxed us, that Philadelphia Cat. And now down to the final strike, the Padres. Since Maben's triple in the 5th inning, not a hit and only 1 base runner, a walk to Bartlett. As the Phillies just don't allow any runs. High 2-2. Unless the Padres pull out a miracle here, it'll be 1 run in 18 innings in the series. 1 run in the last 26 innings for the Phillies. And 2 runs in the last 34 innings going back to San Francisco. Up and away, 3-2.
That's a split finger fastball from Papelbon. You know he's going to get a fastball here. He's going to have Orlando Hudson earn his way on base.
Full count. Hudson with 2 outs, bases empty. Home half of the 9th inning. Popped up, foul, and that'll make it to the crowd off third. Well, that went through all the Phillies' hands, all the fans in the red shirts, and the Padre fan came in there to make a brilliant play. Get that souvenir. 3-2. Strike 3. The Phillies win again. 4-1. 13 straight. 17 of 18 here at Petco. 24-4. The Phillies have just planted their victory flag right in the middle of San Diego's Petco Park. A 4-1 final. Padres Live brought to you by